I have to, be better. I have to lead this team better. I got to protect the football better. We can't put it on the ground the way we did. And it starts with me. And I'm frustrated. I know everyone's frustrated with this loss offensively. I mean, like I said, turning the ball over starts with me. I got to be better, and we will be.
Carson Wentz, Eagles quarterback, a guy who I thought was an MVP candidate coming into the system. If he stayed healthy, he stayed healthy. Definitely not an MVP candidate. He's a candidate for this week's Goats in a Bad Way draft. Chris, you've got the trivia question that will determine pick number 1.
Yep, well, and nobody stayed healthy around him. That certainly affected that. But here we go. Lamar Jackson made his case for MVP last night. We know that. If he wins the award this year, Mike, he will be 22 years old. He would be the second youngest MVP in the history of the NFL. Who is the youngest MVP in NFL history? Dun, dun,
Yale Sayers.
Dun. Ooh, good guess. Jimmy Brown. Very good guess, though. You're right. I mean, that would have been one of those I would have thought, too. Gale Sayers, the Kansas Comet, when he came in, that was pretty special. Okay, where do I go? I think I got to go with Carson Wentz. I am going to go with Carson Wentz. And again, I don't like this draft. Goats in a bad way, okay? Goats in a bad way. We got to clarify it. It's a dumb name, first of all. Goats in a bad way. I'm just saying it, all right? I'm transparent here. Goat means greatest of all time right now. But now we've made it goats. So we should pick
shut up and
we should pick ourselves as far as the dumb name for the draft, okay?
Shut up and make your
pick. But I'm going Carson Wentz, yes. Carson Wentz missed some throws in that game, and I know it was windy the other day. But, hey, there was just a few throws where you got to make it. He makes some bad decisions, led to some bad turnovers. The pocket collapsing a few times and just almost being, he's too fearless at times in the pocket. We've talked about how he, injury-plagued history and things like that because he plays so physical. He needs to have a little bit of a, somewhat of a governor in his brain to go, hey, I'm sitting here for 3 seconds. I've patted the ball 4 times. Nobody's going to come open magically after that. Move. Get out of the pocket. Don't stand there. Don't let them do that. Now, I'm picking Carson Wentz, but I also think, Doug Peterson gets involved in this conversation a little too because they got to reinvent themselves like we talked about with Sean McVay on the offensive side of the ball too. It's just nothing special of what they do. How many times can Carson Wentz jam in a 6-yard completion? So the help's not there, but he's not helping himself either, and that's why I'll lead off with him.
Yeah, I'm going to start with, and I'm shocked you did not. I am shocked you didn't take this guy, Jason Garrett. How can you not take Jason Garrett?
Yeah, that
you
was
have like
stupid
27
of me.
hot
right.
takes, 27 hot takes about how badly he screwed up things, but from not being prepared for the elements. Right?
Yep.
They knew it was going to rain. They knew it was going to be windy. They knew it was going to be cold. They seemed thoroughly unprepared for what they were dealing with. So unprepared that Dak Prescott didn't have a glove on until midway through the second quarter. And Ezekiel Elliott's out there with a bath towel. I mean, did we not pack sufficient hand towels that we have to run out there with a bath towel that they brought from the hotel so they could be properly prepared? The decision to kick the field goal instead of go for it on 4th down when it was late in the game, 6 minutes left, and they were close to the goal line.
Yeah.
All sorts. The list goes on and on, and then he gets called out by his owner.
Yeah.
We don't need any help identifying Jason Garrett as a GOAT. His owner set that one on the tee for us after the game on Sunday.
No,
what were you thinking?
I don't know. I'm an absolute idiot. That's what I mean. I wrote it down. I got stars next to it. You're right. I mean, not going for it on 4th down was just a travesty. That was the bonehead move. Whoa, it's 13-9. Well, you know what? You still need a touchdown. So that was not good. And then, yes, him and Kellen Moore with all the 3rd and 3s and running and throwing the ball with the Patriots having 1 and 2 defensive linemen on the field, that was inexcusable. I am an absolute idiot for not picking that first. I got too caught up in the Carson Wentz thing there. I'm going to go with the Packers offensive line as being one of the GOATs of the week. I mean, the Packers offensive line, if there was one thing they're supposed to be able to do is pass protect a little bit. Hey, they've been running the ball better this year. But, I mean, when I turned down that film yesterday, that was a slaughter session. They just got run over by the San Francisco 49ers. And I know Brian Bulaga got hurt. It didn't matter. He was in there to start the game when they got run over from the start there as well. It was just, hey, nobody opened downfield, certainly. But, I mean, a lot of times plays didn't really have any time to develop anyways because the dam broke so quick. Aaron Rodgers couldn't really pull the trigger. If he wanted to pull the trigger, he knew he was going to be in danger of somebody hitting him just as he threw it, and it might be a fumble. So that was really disappointing. The fight got taken to them. They were not ready to answer the bell, and they got dominated up front.
Yeah, it was one of those games. It was so bad. Who do you make the GOAT?
Yeah.
Right? There are so many different candidates. And that same vibe influences my next pick because just like in the Sunday night game, it was a blowout. It was a horrible performance by the Packers. Monday night, horrible performance by the Rams. Who do you pick? Right?
You're right.
Who do you
go
pick?
With? You're right.
Do you go with Jared Goff? How much of it is it? Was Jared Goff out there getting blown off the line of scrimmage?
No,
right?
not always.
Do you go with Sean McVay? I mean, Sean McVay's the expert on the offensive side of the ball who delegates all of the defensive responsibilities to. And this is not a popular pick because everybody loves Wade Phillips, but I'm sorry, you got to own it. When you get blown out like that, he did not have that defense ready to face the Ravens. Whatever they did or didn't do, they were not ready. If Aaron Donald's going to get smothered by multiple 300-pounders, have him rush from the outside. Move him around. Do different things. Come up with something. Have your guys ready. They allowed themselves to get mentally and physically broken by the Ravens. And Wade Phillips has been around long enough. He had to have seen this coming. It's got to be on him at some level for a total failure of defensive performance and total failure to meet the physicality. And if you know they're going to be physical, you got to come up with something else. It's got to be on him. He's the guy that gets all the praise when that defense plays well. When they get blown out like they did last night and they never even have a chance on offense, it's because their defense did nothing. And they got Jalen Ramsey. What do you go trade for Jalen Ramsey for when the other 10 guys can't do anything? And we know who Aaron Donald is. When you take away Aaron Donald and you don't throw at Jalen Ramsey, and you're basically conceding those, the other 9 guys should be able to do something, and they could do nothing last night. And instead of picking a player or just painting with a broad brush and putting it on McVay, I got to put it on Wade Phillips. I hate to do it, but I got to do it.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I think, you're right. It's hard to pick one in that massacre we saw last night. I also think the interesting conversation there is, what are they going to do with Jalen Ramsey? What are they going to do? Is Jalen Ramsey going to want?
What is he? I think Jalen Ramsey's going to want to get out of there.
Is he going to want to stay there? He might be like, hey, things don't look that great in the future here. You guys have sent away a lot of first-round picks. I might just run out of town, and you can eat those 2 first-round picks that you used to get me. So that is going to be very intriguing going forward. I think my last one is going to be the Raiders skill guys. Specifically, I want to just go with like the wide receivers and the field goal kicker. More than anything, the game was a 34-3 blowout, New York Jets. Yes, the game was only 13-3 at half. There was a missed field goal in the first half, and there was a number of big drops by the Raiders. Tyrell Williams and Hunter Renfrow, they looked like 2 guys that were like, oh gosh, it's the Northeast and it's cold and rainy and it's 10 o'clock back home. I'm not supposed to be playing football. And it was just not a good showing. So they had chances early in this game to make it a game. And it was some of those big drops that led to the then blowout, along with the field goal kicker missing it and all of that. I don't really want to sit here and blame it on Derek Carr. He did some good things. So, yeah, I'm going with them because, as what Tony Dungy said, the Raiders looked like a California team that didn't want to be in Northeast weather in November, and they just wanted to be home cozy in their bed.
Well, but why? And I'm just curious because I had Derek Carr on my list.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to absolve him?
Well, I know that I'm totally absolving him. I know he wasn't perfect, but man, I can remember 2 like Tyrell Williams going down the middle of the field, perfect throws that were dropped that were going to be 20, 30, 40-yard completions. I remember Hunter Renfrow at least on 1 third down, and then there was another drop. I don't know what down it was. It was a 3rd down drop. He was out on the right, ran like a slot out route. It's going to be a first down early in the game. He drops it. They end up getting, nothing there. There was another one a little later in the game. So, yeah, Derek Carr certainly was not perfect, but I just from watching that game, and I didn't watch the film, I thought the wide receivers really let them down, and then the field goal kicker missing a field goal early on to where they could have gone in the half only down a touchdown, and that changes the game.
Yeah, speaking of field goal kickers, I got to go Joey Sly, the Panthers kicker for now. He may not have that job much longer.
Good one.
He missed 2 extra points, and he missed that 28. It's a 28-yarder.
I know.
It's 28 yards.
Right.
And he missed it. Now, who knows what the Saints would have done? They still would have had a couple of minutes, get down the field, maybe tie the game or win it. But you put yourself in a position where all they have to do is go down the field, and they kick the field goal, and they walk off. So Joey Sly, I don't think he's going to be the Panthers kicker much longer. But for now, he gets the goat horns coming out of Week 12. All right, let's recap and let's take a break, and we can talk more about the Monday night game, the good stuff from the Monday night game when we come back. Chris selected Carson Wentz. Do we have
You
the graphic?
won today.
Here we go.
You won.
Carson Wentz, the Packers offensive line, and the Raiders skill position players. I got Jason Garrett, Wade Phillips, and Joey Slye.
win.
Hey man,
I know.
look, they asked me the ridiculously difficult trivia question that I almost got, and you get the first pick and you blew it. So
I did.
thank you.
Totally blew it.
Thank you.
Yep.
You took Trubisky and you left Mahomes on the board. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.